Hello and welcome to the channel. I wanted to make a character interest tier list back when this first came out, but I decided to wait so I could also get my thoughts on the game after playing for a while. Let's get started, there's a ton of characters to go through. Shun'ei. Despite the ridiculous outfit, he's been growing on me, though it might just be the Link voice. He's got easy and fun combos and some new air mobility options. Meitenkun. Surprised I haven't seen other charge characters like him where the move strengthens the longer you charge it. Anyway, there's no way I can play this kid, his combos feel really weird to me. Benimaru. One of my favorite characters in the series. I like his new design a lot more than the one in 14. His command normal can't be comboed into, which throws me off a bit. I have to get used to going from normals directly into specials. Ash. From what I've seen, he's still got his crazy Sans-Floor combos. I definitely don't have the coordination to pull those off yet. It's not a necessity to play him, but I do like being able to use a character's gimmick when possible. Elizabeth. Really appreciate having a light elemental whose moves are more than just a flash of white. It's like she's hitting you with an aurora. Her combos do decent damage without spending too much meter, and that's why I have her on mid. Kukri. Love how eccentric he is. From what I've seen in some KOF 14 tournaments, he's an absolute menace with the X-Sand clones, and now he gets to use them at the drop of a hat. Kyo. For some reason, canceling his CD into a Rekka is really fun for me. He doesn't fit my usual playstyle, but I've been slowly getting better with him while playing story mode. Iori. I used to be intimidated to play him. I always thought he was a more technical character, but now that I understand fighting games a bit better, he doesn't look all that complicated. Would really like to give him a try, and maybe learn how not to drop backwards Rekkas. With Mature in other games, I always end up misinputting the third hit. Chizuru. The illusions are really cool. Seems like a lot of fun if you enjoy messing with your opponent. I wish the level 2 version of her ceiling super lasted a little longer. I don't know, maybe 5 seconds is enough for this game's pace, but it doesn't last any longer than the level 1. K-Dash. I played this guy for a bit in 02 UM. I like his design and his moves, but I've never been good with him. His combos are more on the difficult end, at least for me. I'd like to get good with him at some point. Maxima. The light trails on his suit are a nice touch, and Vapor Cannon is always satisfying to use. He seems like a lot of fun. Whip. I don't really like Whip that much. Her game plan just isn't that appealing to me. Although I did notice something interesting while I was trying her out. Her air-heavy moves change between her hops and her regular jumps. Isla. Really awesome newcomer. I like how Amanda's incorporated into her moveset, like how she swings Isla upward for her DP kick. Her air moves look more unpredictable than Shun'ei's. Hydern. Another favorite of mine. I really like cool dad characters. His gameplay is a little too defensive for my liking though. Dolores. I see where Kukri gets his dramatic tendencies from. Girl's over here posing like she's from Bayonetta. She's an interesting take on the grappler archetype. She can poke you from far away and force you to approach, but then you risk getting grabbed for even more damage. Really cool character. Terry. Dude finally got his power dunk back, that's awesome. And Rising Tackle is a DP motion again, which I'm actually not too big a fan of. It's much easier to accidentally do a Rising Tackle instead of Power Wave in combo, and that's really bad for block strengths. Andy. The only thing keeping me from playing him in the past was his elbow move being a down back forward input. I always did quarter circles by accident. But now that's not an issue because it's actually a quarter circle now. And a neat little thing I discovered by accident, you can cancel heavy elbow into another special. I was trying to cancel into a super and ended up throwing a fireball. Really cool, that actually bumped him up a lot for me. Joe. I like his 2 command normals a lot. They combo into each other and both end in a good spot for a special cancel. Overall he just feels fun to play. Ryo. I kind of got attached to him in the second beta. He was easy to use, aside from the parries which I didn't have time to get the hang of. Robert. Doesn't really have anything that interesting compared to other characters, but a solid pick nonetheless. King. Relies too much on her fireball in my opinion. Definitely not my type of character, but I did find this cool air cancel. Yashiro. Not much to say about him. He's pretty straightforward. Brawler guy with different punches. Simple, but not bad. Shermie. I picked her up in 02 UM for 2 reasons. They're not the ones you're thinking of. The first was her spin kick, which I thought had some invincibility, but apparently it doesn't. The second reason, I just like Shermie whipping opponents out of the air. Her moves seem a bit slower now, but it's probably the same and I'm just not used to it being in 3D. Regardless, I don't really like how it feels now. Chris. He's quick. Fun to mess around with, but not really a character for me. Athena. Pretty easy to use, but I really don't like how floaty she is. That trait always pushed me away from the character. Mai. Another somewhat easy character. The combos look pretty cool, and her air command normal seems like it'd be good for mixing up the opponent. Yuri. It seems like the only command normal she can combo with is the down forward kick, which I'm not good at getting consistently. The charged fireball is cool, if a little slow. Leona. Never played a charge character, but I kind of want to learn her. She's a cool character and seems easy to pick up since not all of her combos rely on charge moves. Also, she's got sticky bombs now. Ralph. He's actually pretty good in this game, but as I said before, I have a hard time working with down forward command normals. Also, one of his specials is a mashing input, and I despise those. I'm not sure how much he really needs those moves though, so I'll put him in somewhat interested for now. Clark, a terrifyingly quick grappler. He changed a lot from his 14 version. Vulcan Punch is no longer a mash input, Gallowing Attack is no longer a charge input, and he's got his old Frankenstein move back. He's really fun. Once his trial showed me I could cancel Elbow into a super, his spot as anchor was secured. Antonov. The redesign is fantastic. His combos are easy to execute and do a ton of damage. Ramon. He's cool, but some of his moves just won't land depending on the screen position. I'm no expert with him, so maybe his good points make up for it. King of Dinosaurs. The trailer got me really excited to try him out. He's got a nice new anti-air grab and as a result some new combos. The new level 3 is a massive improvement over the old one. That eruption is just perfect for him. Cronin. I can't believe they brought this guy back and made his last name McDougal. His moveset is a lot more barren than I was expecting, but I guess that's how this character always was. Kula. First character I ever learned how to play. She's a team staple and my go-to point character. Gotta say though, it feels weird having her slide be on heavy kick instead of light kick. The snowman attack is cute, but I doubt I'll be using it much. Angel. Still has a lot of moves to keep track of. She's probably not too difficult once you learn a couple combo routes, but I do not have the brain capacity for that right now. Blue Mary somehow has the most painful looking attacks in a series filled with people who control fire and slash you with claws. Seems fun, but fighting her definitely won't be now that she has free access to EX Slide. I expect to get tased a lot. Vanessa. I love boxer characters, probably because it's a fighting style I actually understand. Needless to say, there's a good chance I'll use her at some point. Although that charge move might hurt her odds a bit, considering I'm not good at using them in combos. Luong. I wanted to learn her in 14, but didn't really get the chance to. Her combos look pretty cool, especially when she used that move that slams the opponent down behind her. Now for Team Garou. Rock. Same problem I have with Terry. Rising Tackle is easier to do by accident now that it's a DP. Other than that, he's really cool. The new install super is awesome. I especially love the extra hit it gives to his command throw. B. Jinne. Absolutely hilarious character. The sound effects for level 3 super are just perfect. She doesn't fit me, but I'll enjoy watching her gameplay. Gato. Oh, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this guy. Man does a flip and he can do one of 8 follow-ups. In actuality, his flips only have 4 follow-ups each, but they look identical so there's no way for the opponent to know what options you're picking from. He's got a half bar combo that deals good damage and refunds most of the bar used for it. If he was a day 1 character, I'd be playing him instead of Clark. Alright, the characters have all been placed. I'll be updating this list whenever more DLC teams get released. When I do, I'll also have a spot for secondaries I picked up. So far I've got my eye on Andy, Luong, and Gato. I'm really enjoying the game so far. So glad EX moves can be used outside of max mode. That makes character positions so much more flexible. Pulling off a combo that blows up 70% of your opponent's health bar feels so satisfying. Especially when you're on your last character making a comeback. The music is of course fantastic. I think my favorite new track is Liberty. I like songs that have a good piano. That's about all I've got to say, which is why this isn't a separate video. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. Consider subscribing to see more stuff like this in the future. Leave me a comment telling me who your team is. If you're new to the series, tell me what made you interested in those characters. That's all for now. See you next video.